What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do the Tap into the Soul reading for the sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus, this will wrap up your readings for this week. You are first in the zodiac lineup, okay, but this will conclude. This is the last reading, as this is for Saturday, okay. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay? These readings are here to heal your soul from the overwhelming burdens you may or may not have known you were carrying. This is meant to be a completely intuitive insight from me, from spirit to you. So feel free to interpret your own messages from the illustrations of Deborah Koff Chapman. These are the Soul Cards 2 deck, okay? I have already shuffled these cards. However, I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle on camera for you guys, okay? We'll pull one card from the top, one card from the bottom, and one directly from the middle. There are going to be 3 placements, a past placement, a present placement, which is the bottom card, and a future placement, which is the card from the middle, okay? Which is basically to ask a couple of questions. At this point in time, if you would like, you can get a notebook where you can write down the questions and your answer, or your own interpretation of the cards that come out. Okay, we will pull the bottom of the deck. We'll turn the bottom of the deck over so we can see what your final outcome will be. Okay, and then that will conclude your readings for this week. So let's start with the shuffles here. These are touch drawing pictures that you will see on the cards. This deck does not come with a book, so they are meant to be intuitive interpretations, okay? You can go based on how you feel when you look at the pictures, if you like. This particular deck was actually suggested to me by my therapist, and I fell in love with them once I got my hands on them, okay? As I do like some weird and eclectic type things, and I kind of put this deck in that type of category. They're very eclectic drawings, okay? So, that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading now that we've gotten the deck completely shuffled, okay? And we'll turn each card over one at a time so you're not bombarded by different drawings, okay? So, one from the top, one from the bottom, and one directly from the middle, okay? I feel like going here and pulling here, okay? And no peeking, you guys. I have to be mindful whenever I'm doing overhead so you guys don't see, okay? So as you can see, this is the layout. This is primarily how I lay these out whenever I do the reading, but today I felt like doing overhead for you guys so you can actually see how the cards are laid, okay, when I'm doing them face to face, okay? So let's see what is in your past placement. What held you back in the past is for this first placement, okay? What held you back in the past, Taurus, okay? I will hold this here. By all means, you can take the time to pause and write down how you feel as you look at this imagery, okay? And, you know, answer that question yourself, is what held you back in the past, okay? In reference to your life now, okay? Taurus, I feel like what held you back in the past, as you see this person kind of shielding themselves from the light, okay? There's all this bright light on the other side of him, okay? It's like shielding himself. And then there's not darkness, if you will, but you can consider it maybe your own safe haven. Doesn't have to necessarily be darkness, okay? But I think in the past, you kind of shielded or possibly shielded yourself away from possible happiness or evolvement um, in the past because of something traumatic that happened to you, Taurus. Okay? Either something traumatic or just a phase in your life where you wanted to be maybe secluded, things of that nature. There maybe you felt like there was no room for happiness in your life, Taurus, as all this light shining. Okay. I'll share something with you about me in my past. I never really liked having my blinds open. I'm more of a closed blind person. I kind of do that now. Okay. But sometimes when it's a nice sunny day, I go ahead and I might open up the blinds. Um, I was primarily not shielding myself from the world, but it was more so privacy for me. Okay. For in this instance, I feel like you were shielding yourself from any possible happiness that you could have had with someone or with people in general. Okay. As it could have been, like I said, a very traumatic part of your life or where you were going through something at the time and there was no room for happiness in your life. Okay, so that is possibly what held you back in the past, is just shielding yourself from the possibility of happiness, evolvement, um, awareness, things of that nature. You kind of wanted to be in your own bubble. Okay, so let's go to the middle. Okay, which is the bottom card that we pulled, which is your present energy. Okay, and we have what continues to hold you back presently. What continues to hold you back presently? Okay, we'll hold this here for a minute. By all means, you can take the time to pause, write down what you are interpretively feeling from this card here. Okay, or how to answer that question. What continues to hold you back presently? Okay, Taurus, when I look at this picture, okay, I feel like presently you are being enlightened, okay, but I think it's also a feeling of detaching. As you see, the head is detached from the body, okay. So in this interpretation for me, I'm feeling as though you're in your own head about a lot of things, okay, where I'm not going to say vivid imagination, but possibly experiencing a lot of lucid dreaming. Okay, you may be in a dream state of imagining what it is that you want from a person too much. Okay, um, being in your head about your wants or desires. Okay, um, and you're kind of freeing, maybe I don't want to say freeing. Freeing might be too strong of a word, but it's like you're lingering away from reality. Okay, your reality is attached to your body. You are now cutting yourself away from reality and moving into a more imaginative state of what it is that you want, of what you're looking for, okay? And you're just in your head about it right now. And that is holding you back from being able to move forward in your reality, okay? You're possibly lingering in the 5D too much and need to get back to the 3D, the reality of things, okay? That is possibly what's holding you back presently, okay? So, Taurus, let's move forward to the last part here. From the middle is the future placement. How will you change your future? How will you change your future? Okay. And here we are here. You can pause again and answer that question for yourself and write down what you interpret from this card. Okay. I feel like, Taurus, you are going to return As you can see, the difference between these two cards, presently and future, the head is back on the body, okay? There is some enlightenment going on in awareness, okay? Centered, okay? And more attached to yourself and what is in the now, okay? And just growing from your past and present self, okay? And accepting things the way that they are and coming to terms with certain things or characteristics or behaviors of those around you and yourself, okay? So, not lingering too hard on what your desire is from another person or things for yourself. You're being more aware and conscious of your actions and other people's actions, okay? And I'm hearing just being still and being in the now, okay? In the future, you will be more in the now. You won't be in the far off future. It's something different to be in the far off future than in the now, to be in the present. It's nice to dream about what you want in the future, but you still have to come back to the now, okay? And I think you will do that soon, if not now, in the current, okay, energy that is coming up for you, okay? It's not too far off, okay? So let's look at the bottom of the deck as we wrap up your reading at 11:32. This is what the overall outcome is looking like for you, Taurus, okay? Feel free to pause here as well and tell yourself how you feel as you look at this picture, okay? And what you may want your overall outcome to be, okay? And I may do this and change it up a little bit with the following signs after you, is kind of have people write in advance before we flip the bottom of the deck over what you want your outcome to be, what you want your overall outcome to be, okay? So within this card, I just see a lot of, like I said, being conscious and aware of your current state of being, not pushing or pulling things, but just moving or redirecting energy around you, okay? And not being swept away too much by irrationality, things of that nature, okay? You want peace. I think that's all I feel around you is the want and desire of peace, Taurus. You want things to go back to normal the way that they were, okay? And you just want some solace, okay? And like I said, just being able to redirect energy that is not serving you is what the overall outcome is. You're in a sense of being, like I said, still, okay? Just being still and redirecting the energy around you, okay? Everything else can move around you, but you are going to be still and solid as a rock, as the rocks and mountains that are behind her in this image, okay? With the bright horizon behind her, okay? It's going to be okay, okay, Taurus? It's going to be okay. So, Taurus, that is all I have for you guys with your Tap into the Soul reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the week, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.